Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I missed you. It's been a while. It's been a while since we chatted, since we talked about my book. Anyway, I wanted to give a small explanation why I've been absent. It's because I was sick. Unless you don't follow me on Instagram, my book stuff, I was kind of really sick and I had to go to school and I had no energy to film whatsoever, nor edit, so that's that. Now let's get along to the video. Today we're gonna talk about my 5-star reads. 5-star reads, not 10-star. We don't rate on the 10-star scale. It's just too much. It would be too much. It doesn't make sense. We're rating on a 5-star scale. I'm gonna explain how my system works for today's video because it's all in my brain. Anyway, we have like I have 4 stacks here. You cannot see them, but yeah, I'll show you them when we will be discussing books. I have my computer here because I don't have all of my books physically, so this is a list of all of my 5-star reads from 2020, starting from 2020. Used to be Colleen Hoover. I'm just gonna say there's gonna be one Colleen Hoover book that I've read after like reading more books, so that's the only judgment I believe in. That's the only judgment I'm okay with. So the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna talk about my 2020 5-star reads, 2021 5-star reads, 2022 5-star reads, and then 2023. A lot of those books I don't have physically. Yeah, sad. So some of them I'm just gonna put a picture here and we're just gonna talk about them, but without physical copy, and I'm sorry if it's annoying, but it is what it is, so let's roll with it, shall we? Okay, I'm just gonna scroll to 2020. Okay. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I think it was obvious. This is my book talk. Oh, not villain arc. My introductory arc to book talk. I love this book with my whole soul. And as much as I in 2020 I rated Good Girl Bad Blood also 5 stars. That was a big mistake. Thinking back on it now, the second book is not 5 stars. It's a 4, maybe, at best. It's a 4-star read. Okay, it's a 4-star read at best, so I cannot say much about the second book. But 2020 has only one book. It's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And I absolutely love this series. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just gonna say that I love this book because it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna finish. And that's where 2020 ends. Kind of pathetic. I read 3 books in 2020 because I started reading at the end, like in December, basically. So I think that was fine. I was always a bookworm, but then I just stopped reading for a while in middle school. And then pandemic hit, book talk started hyping the hype. And I saw it and I read it. Now, 2021 was the actual start, and I've read like about 25 books that year, which is don't come at me, which is a lot for me back then. But we're not gonna talk about that now. We're gonna talk about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have this amazing cover that I have like not really read. I started reading it a while ago and I went to 78 pages. And from the assessment I made from those 80 pages that I've read this year, it's still a 5-star read. It's a 5-star read. In my brain, it's just an infinite star read. Because from what I remember from 2021, wow, I actually read it 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It's still a 5-star read. I'm like obsessed. And by the way, I'm only talking about the 5-star reads that I still consider 5-star reads. Even if on Goodreads I have like a couple of old books that are 5-star, doesn't mean they're 5-star. This video is just about the books that I consider right now 5 stars. By the way, if you hear that, that's my dog, and I'm sorry. He's just his paws, when he walks, they make sounds. Yeah. Anyway, back to An Invisible Light, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Honestly, I love this book. I loved it. I loved the plot. It was like sort of fantasy romance esque, dark academia bit esque. I consider it a full book, so I'm gonna try to make a full book rec video. So this is probably gonna be it. So stay tuned. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about the plot much. It's just if there's a movie called The Age of Adeline, yeah, it's kind of similar, but in a way it has a bit more fantasy. It's really good. The point is, it's really good, so you should read it. It's my 5-star read. It's like my baby. Like literally, it got really got me into reading. Okay, the next I don't have in person. Addicted to You, because the names I just get them confused all the time. Oh my god, Lily and Lo, and the whole 6 of them. I just love them. I love the series, and I actually rated in 2021 all of the series 5 stars. Does that mean that the whole series is 5 stars for me now? No, it does not. I did not finish it, by the way. I have like 3 books left. I started the eighth book when I was reading it, but I cannot get into it. It was not for me for that time. Maybe I'll finish the series one time, once upon a time in the future. Maybe I won't. So I don't know. We'll see. It was a 5-star read, and then I continued with the series. Ricochet, I did not. I liked it at the time, but it was not a 5-star read. Addicted for Now is a 5-star read. I love the continuation of Lily and Lo's story. They're not my favorite couple from this series, but still their story is so wholesome, and their relationship is so wholesome, and their addictions are so wholesome. Addictions are not wholesome, but like the recovery, they're like how they recovered together, it's wholesome. Okay, I may just bring up my career on YouTube. Anyway, let's forget about that. My 4th 5-star read of 2021 is Kiss the Sky. Rose and Connor. Is there anything else you want to say? Like, want me to say? Rose and Connor's book. I'm sorry. I just love Rose and Connor. They're not my favorite couple from that series, though. Sorry. They deserve the world, but that was not my favorite couple. And now onto my favorite book from the series, Hot House Flower. Hot House Flower. That's actually why I read the whole series, because I wanted Daisy and Reic's story, and I love Daisy and Reich. They are my Roman Empire. They still actually live in my head, you know? Like, I still remember the moments from that book every day. So it's like a 5-star read. It's like a 6-star read at this point, because I still, like, every day, I think about things, and then I'm like, oh, but Reich did that, and Daisy did that, and they're, anyway, I love their story. And that's kind of it for 2021. As I said, there were a lot of Colleen Hoover books there. So let's just not talk about them. That I've rated all of the Colleen Hoover books I read 5 stars, except for Verity, I think, at the time. Verity was really bad. I did not like Verity. I actually have like them on the lower level here. Embarrassing. Secondhand embarrassment, because Colleen Hoover books are just not generally 5 stars. But I was just starting to read, so they're good. Like, I liked them at the time, but they're not 5 stars. Let's get on to 2022. We got there, we got here, we got it. Okay. I read the Inheritance Games trilogy, like the first 2 books, because the 3rd book was not out yet in December. And I did not like the first book. Like, I liked it, but not as much as to 5 stars. So, the 2nd book, The Hawthorne Legacy, I ate it up. I loved every part of that book. So, loved it. And I don't rate the whole series as a whole as 5 stars. But The Hawthorne Legacy, the book, the 2nd book, is 5 stars. The 7 Husbands of Elegant Hugo. I have mixed feelings about that one. I really do, because, like, it was very hyped up, but I'm not sure if I liked it enough to rate it as a 5-star read. It's like a maybe. Maybe I will reread it once I get the copy, and we'll see. Do I still think it's a 5-star read? I don't know. Just Taylor Jenkins Reid for me is a really great author, and Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo kind of got me into Taylor Jenkins Reid's books a lot. So I can't really say it's not 5 stars. I don't know. This is the part where I'm not sure. I can say that no, it's not a 5-star read, by the way, but I can say it is for sure. So I'll just have to reread it. So it's like a maybe out there. Like, I'm throwing a maybe out there. The Mindfuck series. This is a part of my Roman Empire that's like right here. It's kind of 5 books, but I'm just gonna say it, like, I'm gonna just name it as a book. It's like one whole book. I love Lana Myers. I just love Lana Myers. Anyways, this is a series that if I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna definitely spoil it. So just know that it's amazing, and it's a serial killer falls in love with an FBI agent. And she's the serial killer, but she has a good reason for it. And you'll have to know what's the reason. You'll have to read the book to know what's the reason for it. Okay. Stay With Me trilogy. I read it throughout the 2022, but I read the 3rd book kind of later in 2022. But I'm gonna talk about it as a whole, like a trilogy. And for me, it's just a 3-star trilogy because, like, when I think about it, I feel immense pain for the characters, and I really, really, really feel for the characters on a level that, like, I cannot. Do I think that's, like, one of the books was worse than the other 2? Yeah, the last book was kind of bad, not gonna lie. It was, like, some of the plot twists there did not make sense for me. Like, okay, some of the plot lines in the 3rd book were just not it for me, but in general, do I think the series is a 3-star? Do I think that every person needs to read it? Yeah, definitely. Wait, did I say 3-star? 5-star read. Yeah, do I think that every person needs to read it? Yeah, for sure. It's the type of book that you read a lot of times. I sometimes go back to my annotation marks on my phone, on my ebook, and look at what they talk about Mia. No, I'm just gonna cry if I continue. I'm just gonna cry. Anyway, let's go on before we start crying, because their story is really sad. Their story is really, really sad. We have the Agatar trilogy. I don't know if you can see, but that's the time where I got into fantasy. With the Agatar trilogy, everyone was raving about it all throughout Book Talk, Bookstagram, Booktube, Actor that, Actor this, Actor that. And I was like, why not read it? I read it. I loved it. 5-star. And that's like every book that I from the Actor series is 5-star, but we're gonna talk about the last 2, like the novella and the last book, a bit later. But the first 3 books, wow. Just Feyre and Rhys are my Roman Empire. I'm just gonna keep talking about the Roman Empire because Rhys, the things he said, the things he did, the things he does live in my head every day. Every second of every day, they're there. They're in my head. I keep thinking about it. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, it's just one of my... If you get through people say if you get through the first book, it gets better. Bitch, it was good from the first book, okay? And if you don't get it, get out. Get out. I don't care what you say. I loved every moment of the series. But I'm talking about the first 3 books. I call it a trilogy because the next book kind of don't follow, like, it follows the same circle. sorry, it's my dog. The same circle of characters, but it doesn't focus on the two characters that I talked about. No, go away. Go away. I'm filming a video. I love you, but go away, please. Don't touch my book. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a technical difficulty. He keeps walking around, and because I'm close, you can probably hear him so well, and it's probably so annoying, so I'm really sorry. And we're gonna continue. Wait. Finally, back to the books that I have physical copies of. It's just a series, that's why I'm trying to, like, not die. Wait. Throne of Glass series. This series has my whole fucking heart. Like, I wanna die in this series. I wanna die in this book. I wanna die reading those books. They're just my everything. Literally wanna hug like them like that and just die right now. Okay, that's a joke. Wait, I'm gonna choose one because I cannot hold them like that for a long time. Okay, wait, let me just yeah, that works. Technical difficulties. Anyway, Throne of Glass, we're talking about as a series as a whole. Again, this is gonna be like 0 spoilers, so it's gonna be quick. But I can babble about Throne of Glass forever. I have a freaking tattoo. You do not yield. If you read Throne of Glass, you'll know. You finished the whole series, you'll definitely know. But Throne of Glass, oh my god, it lives rent-free. It's not just my Roman Empire, it's just my whole fucking soul. It's just my whole life. I think about it every second of every day. It's just, at this point, this is more of my personality than I'm my personality. Like, Aelin Galathinius is my personality. Do I need anything else? Do I need to say anything else? Because this is my Roman Empire. This is not only my Roman Empire. This is like everything. This is everything. It gave everything. If I continue to talk about it, I'm gonna be here for so long. The Dreamland Billionaire. I consider this series as this trilogy as a 5-star. And I've read the first 2 books in 2022, and the 3rd book came out in 2023, so we're going to talk about the 3rd book in the 2023 section. Anyway, I really loved the series. This is where I needed to, like, get into my romance roots. The tropes that I actually like. The Grumpy Sunshine trope, it's where it started. Their obsession with the Grumpy Sunshine is where it started. The Dreamland Billionaires, so yeah, it is a 5-star read, but I cannot say that it lives rent. Like, it's not a 6-star read. Like, for example, Actor is a 6-star read. Throne of Glass is like, it's not even on the scale. The scale is broken. So yeah, that's that. I really don't want to talk about this book because I know it's a 5-star read and I love that book, but I'm gonna receive so much controversy for liking this book. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Listen. Before you come at me, it's a good book. Objectively, it's a good book. I'm not here supporting the author. I'm just supporting the book. Because she's not the problematic author I would go, like, toe to toe for. No. But do I like one of her books? Do I really, really like one of her books? Yes. When I read Reminders of Him, I was just, like, literally bawling my eyes out throughout the whole book. Throughout the whole, like, 400 pages. Literally, every page of the book I was crying. Literally, it was so sad, I could not stop crying. It was one of those books that tear your heart out. Literally, tear it out. Like, that's that on the reminders of him. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. I'm not gonna say I recommend it because I understand how Colleen Hoover might not be for everyone, and she probably is not for me in general. But this is the only book that I consider 5-star from her right now. Again, I did not read every Colleen Hoover book. I still have here Hopeless that people actually talk about and like it, so maybe I'll read it. Maybe I'll just leave it for the aesthetic of the cover. Who knows at this point? Who knows? The Truly Devious trilogy. Actually, it's not a trilogy, it's a series, but the rest of the series is not kind of like it's in the same world, but like it's not in the same place. So I kind of consider it as a like there's a trilogy and then there's the trilogy is a part of the series. Basically, it's just a Good Girl's Guide to Murder if it was set in America and if it was set in a boarding school for talented people. That's what I have to say. Like, it's very Good Girls Guide to Murder coded vibes. Literally, I was really missing a Good Girls Guide to Murder at that point, and I really wanted something like that to dip my toes into the water. So I really wanted to read the book like that, and it was a really, really nice thing. No. We're moving on from the Truly Devious trilogy, and we're moving to the waters of a very underrated series. Extremely underrated. Probably most of you won't even know what I'm talking about right now. But this is a romance series that lives like in my frontal lobe every single day. Like I wanted to get it tattooed. I just kind of freaked out at the last moment. I'm gonna explain it. It's the Dimly trilogy. Dimly, did I mention I love you? Did I mention that Dimly? Okay, I will write it down here. And I'll post the cover so you know. But it's, oh my god. And don't even come at me. They didn't. Okay, so the main love interest is a stepbrother. But before y'all come at me with the weird comments, they didn't even actually know each other. Like, their parents just got married. They didn't ever know each other. They have no biological connection. Like, he doesn't even consider he doesn't even consider her dad his father. Like, no, not at all. Like, the relationship is purely not, like, I don't get why people just say no. I get it if they were like siblings or they grew up together, okay, but they never met each other. She didn't speak to her dad for a long time, and she comes and meets him, lives with him for a while, and meets the stepbrother. So what's the problem? Like, what's the problemo? I don't get it. Like, people, it's not weird. You're just gonna have to read the book. It's a big plot line there that it's like, well, I'm your stepbrother. Like we're step siblings. Listen, I don't see a problem. They're not biologically related. They did not grow up together. They're family. Like, I don't see the problem, like, at all. Come at me with all you want. I'm not gonna see the problem. Not gonna happen in any universe. And this is my point of view on this. Okay, the next one is going to be really controversial. Actually, this whole wrap-up is controversial until like 2023 because my feelings on books were different, and they did dissonate with the feelings of other people and popular book talkers. So you can come and go ahead and hate me for my feelings, but I'm here, loving these books, thinking about these books daily, so fuck off. Sorry for the language. We were liars, okay. This book made me cry so much. Literally was choking, crying at the end. And things this writer made me feel should be like she should go to jail. And this is such a small book. This is a small book. But E. Lockhart, she managed to make me feel for the characters. Like the main character. She made me love them. And then the plot twist happened, because what happened here is a huge plot twist with the characters, and So I don't want to spoil it for anyone at all, even though I have a really, really big want to spoil it, but I'm not going to because we're nice. Anyway, moving on, because timer is running, and I don't want this video to be an hour long. Wait. Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. The same author. This was a sick book. This was nothing like We Were Liars. I've never read a book like this before. It goes from the last chapter then to the first chapter of the book. So you're you're going back in the chronological order. I guessed the plot twist, but I don't even remember the name of the characters, but it was a 5-star read. It's a 5-star read because I still think about the plot twist. Like, till this day, I think about the plot twist. And, like, I sit here, and I think about it. And the way it was written, literally, it blew my mind up. Like, I was obsessed with this book. I'm still obsessed, really obsessed, but the thing about this book is that it's for a certain audience that would like a psychological book like that. And personally, I don't really consider myself that audience, but I actually really enjoyed it. So if you like those books that will mess with your head, this is the one. This is really gonna mess with you. Literally gonna mess with you. And here we go to literally the disappointment of the video, because I had the book in the physical copy, but I lost it. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Where is the book? We don't know where the crawdad thing is. We don't know where the crawdad thing is. But here it is, my 5-star read. I actually read it, and I used it as a school project, and I got 100 on it, so let's just say it's a lucky charm. But I love Where the Crawdads Sing. It was such a... I usually am not a fan of literary fiction, which I consider Where the Crawdads Sing to be. It was so good. I have not enjoyed a literary fiction like that. Ever. I've read it. It was so deep. It was everything. It was giving everything that I wanted it to give. And I know the author is problematic, but I love the book. I love the book. Yeah, that's just all I can say. Daisy Jones legs. Oh well, this is a definitely 5-star read. I still think about the "You're my fire, but she's my water" thing. You know, if you read it, if you know, you know. If you read it, you know. It's just a 5-star read. There's a show also out, which, by the way, did not finish yet. Actually, the show is really good. It's one of the shows that really portrays the book well, even though there are some differences. But actually, I enjoyed it so much. This book, I enjoyed so much that I was okay with even the tiniest changes in the show, which is really not normal because I love the characters. Okay. I also have the book, but my friend has it right now, so I'm just gonna put a picture of it here. Shatter Me by Tehemafi. Okay, sorry if I mispronounced her name. I'm not a good pronouncer in that case scenario. Is there anything that book is so annotated that literally I think the pages will start falling off. Literally, I don't know, the pages will start falling off because everything is just highlighted. There's just notes. There are even stickers, like sticky notes. That's how much I love that book. That's how much it sits in my brain here. And that's the end for 2022. Yes, finally, 2023 is upon us. And we have 13 books to go, which I think is not a lot. I think it's not a lot. I'm gonna take these two as together thing. I continued the Shatter Me series. And I've rated Unravel Me and Ignite Me 5 stars. I love these books. I love these books. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I did not love the rest of the series. No. I rated it like, okay, 4 stars, 4.5-ish, 4, 3, something like that. Something in that area. But I call it the first trilogy. And the first trilogy, it was amazing. It was giving all the dystopian vibes I wanted it to give. And then all those crazy plot twists and plot lines came into play, and I was just not living for it. It was just not okay. Like, I did not like it. I know a lot of people love it, but I didn't. And that's my opinion. And I'm happy that it is my opinion. So you can do whatever you want with it. Anyway, I'm sorry if I was rude. I'm sorry. Anyway, 5 stars. 5 stars. Aaron and Juliet. This is also living in my head rent free. Also, their tension in the first 2 books is just like, literally cannot. No. Oh my god, my babies. Mara Dyer trilogy. I was racing for that, like, sort of feeling like a Juliet vibe main character, and Mara Dyer delivered. She was a better Juliet. She was a crazier, better Juliet, which I did not think there was possible. Honestly, it's such an underrated series. I feel like it's only getting the recognition like very lately, like as of lately, and it deserves so much more. Because, can I just say something? Noah Shaw, that's all I'm gonna say. He actually has his own trilogy, which I did not read yet, but I kind of feel like it's gonna disappoint me, so I'm just like kind of not reading it at the moment, or not gonna read it in the further months to come. But we'll see. Maybe one day I'll read it and it'll be 5 stars. This series, I did not rate every book 5 stars, but like the whole series as a whole together, judged together, is a 5 star. If you ask me about like the first book, I would say it's not a 5 stars, and then the rest, the other 2 books are. So like, I cannot say that every single book is a 5 star, but a trilogy as a whole is a 5 star. That's what I'm talking about. Great. Archer's voice. I want to stare at a wall and think about Archer and Bree. Like, literally stare at a wall, listen to You're in My Veins, and stare at a wall. And that's how much I love the book. Like, I would literally listen to the song, stare at the wall, and think about Archer and Bree and their story. Oh, all I can say is look at trigger warnings if you're like triggered by some of the things in this book. But this is the romance that I actually really loved. Like the real romance, not just, oh my god, she's hot. Yeah, he's hot. Let's hook up. Oh, we fell in love. No, this is the kind of romance I live for. This is the kind of romance I love. But the smutty one and the hot one also works sometimes. Sometimes depends. But here, it was like giving everything, and it was actually smut. Yeah, just don't ask me. Do not ask. Do not ask. Do not ask. Final Offer, which I talked about, is like the Dreamland Billionaire series. But this is the final book that came out in 2023. And this is actually the book I actually liked the most. It was not the brother I liked the most, but it's the book that I liked the most. Can I say that it's a 6-star read? No, definitely not. But this is a 5-star read. This is really good. If you want to get into romance, like really plain, like not plain, like romance vibes, read the Dreamland Billionaire series, because that's the romance you should read when you first get into like reading and being in book talk. I love the movie. I feel like there was a 0% chance that I would dislike this book because it has everything I love, literally. Taylor Swift vibes, rom-com vibes, and rom-com is not just like the rom-coms, like, I don't know, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I don't like that rom-com. I'm sorry. It has the amazing rom-coms like When Harry Met Sally, Bridget Jones, and it's 10 Things I Hate About You. This is perfection. I'm literally not breathing until the next book comes out. And I know it will in 2024, so I'm gonna be dead by then, so I'm gonna breathe now. It's basically a book that doesn't even sit on my shelf. It sits near my bedstand because I have to have the energy of this book close to me to be alive. Yeah, that's how much I love this book. And coming to the book that I also sit on my book stand. This is Twisted Hate. You probably did not see the rest of the series on here. You're not going to, because this is the only 5-star read that I read from Anna Huang. I just love it. I love it. Their relationship, I relate. And people say, oh my god, Josh did her so dirty. Josh is the only guy that's like really bad. No. Josh is the actual, like, except for Reese. I'm just not gonna say anything about Reese. But out of the douchebag trio, Josh is literally a saint. A saint. Like, literally, don't even compare him to Christian Harper. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about Christian Harper. Wait. This is my romantic part. This is a 1,000,000-star read. I'm actually rereading it right now. Like, now I'm currently on Ballad, but I reread Once Upon a Broken Heart, and first I rated it 4 stars the first time I read it this year, and the second time it's a 5 stars. It's a 5-star. It's just a 5-star read. I just didn't see it at first, you know. I wasn't really attached to the characters because I hated Caraval. I was like, I don't care about those characters. I don't like that. Blah blah blah. And then I read Ballad, and it made me fall in love with Eva and Jax, and hate Apollo. You'll know. By the end of Ballad, you'll definitely hate Apollo and love Jax. Like me. 1,000,000 stars. Just 1,000,000 stars. As a tennis player, there was a big chance I would dislike this book because I was like, this is Taylor Jenkins Reid. If you don't represent tennis players even remotely right here, I would be so mad. I would be so furious with you. But actually, I was surprised by the writing, surprised by the characters, surprised by everything. It hit the places where it didn't hit. And as a tennis player, I was so invested in the story of Carrie Soto. I'm in a book club of Sarah Caroli, as I probably said before. And on Discord, my nick is Gigi Soto. That's how much this book had an impact on me. And I think about it almost every day. Like, literally almost think about it every day. Every day. A love letter to whiskey. Bea and Jamie have my whole heart. They have my whole heart. That's all I can say. The romance is just like through the roof. Who allowed that to happen? Who let that happen? Oh, just the romance. It was so good. I cannot even like describe to. Yeah, let's just move on until I start crying. We're back to ACOTAR, and now we have physical books. This is a novella, and yes, I read it in a novella 5 stars. I don't care what you think. And this is A Court of Silver and Flames, which I thought it's not going to be 5 stars. It's about Nesta, a character I hate, right? No, wrong. I love Nesta. I love Nesta. I relate to Nesta. Nesta is like my villain arc. She is the villain arc that I have. She's the Roman Empire of my villain arc. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, let's just move on because this video is becoming very, very long. And here we're going to my favorite thriller of all time now. We're not considering a Good Girl's Guide to Murder because I don't consider it a thriller. It's like a YA mystery. The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I talked about it in my wrap up lately, and I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with Riley Sager's writing, but this book hit all the tropes for me. The missing girls, the bad bitch queen vibes from the girls that were missing, the Pretty Little Liars vibes, the mystery, the main character was actually really likable, and very relatable, and like the writing, the Taylor Swift vibes. Everything was perfect for this thriller. The plot twist, everything. It wasn't too much crazy. It wasn't too crazy. It wasn't too predictable. It was perfect. Love and Gelato. I also talked about this in my wrap up before. It's a very fast story. It was really unpredictable. This book was really unpredictable, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just a really, really enjoyable summer read. And I usually do not like summer reads because they're just really like airy, I guess. Like I'm not a fan of summer reads. But this had depth. This had a romance, this had depth, this had like healing relationships, and it was just wholesome. It's a summer read that's wholesome. On to the last books. Oh my god. These books are just my obsessions right now. The How Real by Lauren Roberts. It's just a million stars. It's right there with Once Upon a Broken Heart series and Actor in the West. It's like the best fantasy. I'm literally also not breathing until the second book comes out. The second book comes out. Literally not breathing, Lauren Roberts. Literally, like, not breathing. Not breathing. Not breathing. Kai and Peyton were my everything. Their banter was my everything. Their conversations, their attraction, the relationship was everything. This book healed my Hunger Games broken heart. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. The last book, and it's actually my latest read if we don't consider my rereads. Fourth Away. I feel like people overhyped it, and I was like, probably not gonna like it. Probably not gonna like it. But here I am, not just liking it, being obsessed with it. I'm just looking for a market that sells Zayden Ryerson, please, because I'm actually willing to buy him. Any money. I can sell my kidney. I don't really care. Just give me Zayden Ryerson and a dragon. And Violet Sorrengail as a best friend. You can tell that I'm obsessed with it. Literally not breathing until November, until the book comes out. Yeah, I'm just not breathing at this point. Like, literally. Not breathing at all. Rebecca Yarros is a genius. Rebecca Yarros is a genius. Genius. How... Can I just say that Taran was a badass? The way he roasted Violet and Darna, I just want to take her in my arms and protect her, even though she's still a big dragon. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything about the ending because no spoilers, and I just don't want people to like the book just because of the ending, because there was so much of the book before the ending. I loved Fourth Wing, if you didn't realize. And that's that for my 5-star read that I currently read, and there are 5-star reads. Yeah. This video has been very, very long, and I've been talking for a very long time. And probably made a couple of mistakes because when I talk a lot, I'm slip of the tongue and I just mispronounce words. Anyway, I'm so happy you came here and watched my video and watched me babble about my 5-star reads for almost an hour, which is crazy. Anyway, I still love you guys. And hopefully you will add more 5-star reads to this list this year and next year and years to come. Thank you. See you in the next one.